All right, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron. We have a good friend of the channel, Jakob Sanderson, on to tackle another high stakes draft today. We have the NFFC $350 RotoWire Online Championship. How are we doing, Jacob? We got the 3 spot tonight.
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm so committed to the basement that it's 12:54 a.m. where I am currently. I'm in Belfast right now in Northern Ireland, and I got a little bit of withdrawal. I was like, I seriously need to draft right now because I can't do underdog here. I entered 15 BBMs before I left, and the rush is not quite the same.
Oh
So
no.
I'm
The
pumped for this. This is my first fast draft in 12 days. Man,
the slows
need it.
don't the slows are a chore because you're just waking up and like every time you go, at least for me, and this might be TMI, but every time I just go to take a dump or whatever, I'm
Exactly.
on the clock. Like that's all it is. There's no dopamine. It's a chore, but you kind of get what you can take. We got a bunch of people in the chat here. We got Randy, we got Caesar. Let me know if you guys can see the draft board all right. I think it probably looks okay, but I really couldn't tell you guys. We got Corey, we got Caesar. How's everybody doing? You said you need to watch the videos of Brees. He looks insane. Hey man, let's quiet that down.
He does look pretty
Uh,
good, actually.
nah, dude, one thigh looks bigger than the other. Um, yeah, he's going late fourth. So I pulled up the ADP right now. This is since the 13th. It's kind of arbitrary. Like what was
We're looking at a
Monday was the
chance
big
to
news
take.
day.
We're not getting a Breeze discount today. Like we're either gonna have to take him like basically where he was going before Dalvin signed, or we will not just take him.
He might get to here. He might. I don't know.
You won't get
It,
there.
you think you'll get back to late fifth here?
No, I don't. I mean, depending on what's available, I might still make a push for him. Like I still have him ranked ahead of the 403. Like
Me
depending
too.
on who else goes there, I might still make that case.
I think I have him 401.
Yeah, I think that might be exactly where I have him. Let me pull up the old ranks.
The TAT
Um,
ranks. Thinking. Small plug for Jacob. He has a
yeah,
Substack. It's amazing. I actually referenced.
correct.
I referenced your
I have him
I
312, or sorry, I have him 311.
311
That's how much of a fuck I get. Yeah,
because
311.
I hit you up way back when, like, dude, like you have this really good tweet, and every time that I say like RB2s are replaceable, I need a reference to show. And you kind of broke down like or not even Jamal Williams. It was like Jeff Wilson, and all of those guys
Yes.
that were streamable last year.
Yeah, I did. You actually inspired this because you talked about the tweet that I had from last off season where I ran through like all the guys for roughly 15 points per game and how many stretches of other guys kind of replicated that. I did something similar in my in one of my Thinking About Taking posts this year where I walked through like all the guys you could have gotten that basically gave you Miles Sanders 2022, who's like a guy that people talk about as like a quote unquote league winner. And it's very different managed to best ball, right? If you hit on like that 7th, 8th round running back in best ball, like if it's like might be a Rachaad White this year, might be a Dameon Pierce this year, and you get like that 12, 13 points per game and they stay healthy for 17 games, like that's just a massive win. If you get that managed, it doesn't even really matter. Like
Yeah,
I had Miles Sanders on like a couple of dynasty teams last year, and he was like, this like league winning best ball player. I like never even like I rarely started him in
yeah.
managed by the second half of the season because he was like I'd actually rather just play like X backup. Like I'd rather play
I have
Samaje
Mickey.
Perine
I
than
have
this
him in the
guy.
Mickey Mouse League last year, and I don't like. And that's like a 3 flex league, and it's like I was throwing Miles Sanders in there, but like I remember it being a close call between him and McKinnon, like down the stretch. You know what I mean?
Right,
Where it was like
exactly.
Sanders or
Yeah.
McKinnon. Like he wasn't this like very clear hammer start, especially like in those leagues when you have like good wide receivers. It does get tough. I will say. So we have the 3 spot. I don't
What a
have.
brutal
I don't
spot.
have. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awful. But
Ron was chief derby officer and he failed us, I think, on
I
this
know,
one.
dude. I
Somehow we got fished.
I distinctly set up the draft order cheese, and it just didn't work. We got the 3 spot. I keep getting early draft spots in NFC and late draft spots in FFPC, um, and it's absolutely brutal. I guess you can
I mean,
get
I don't
something to
mind the
fall early
three.
fourth.
If you get like, I mean, we had it last time where we got Ramondre and Jacobs, the 3 and the 4. And if you can get something
That is
like
true.
that, then I think it's fine because I don't think that there's like, okay, so you sacrifice from the 210 to the 203. But like if you get a really favorable run out on the running backs that go to the 3-4 turn, then to me you're getting like a similar pick in round 3. You're getting a way better pick in round 4 that kind of matches up with the round 2 decline, but you're obviously getting a better pick in round 1. So
Yeah, 100%.
I think it can work. It's just we need a little bit of luck. We need the room to fall in love with your Jerry Judys, your Amari Coopers, your Christian Watsons.
Dude, Judy goes third in these drafts like almost every time.
Right.
We do have Henry in here.
See his name.
Henry, you'll recognize. I mean, Henry's coming on to Wasowski's one of these like Hall of Famers on NFC, and then Rundle took down the OC last year. And I was telling you, Rundle, the team that he won it all with, was in a draft with me that I streamed, and I didn't really know who he was.
So we're like in an all-star room here.
I mean, the funny part is you can call it an all-star room, but that was actually the environment that took Rundle to win last year. Like it was me, it was Souza was in there too. I was actually looking at it the other day. Souza was in there, like Mike Sanda is in there. He's okay. So Tyreek.
Yeah, to me he's a clear 3 ever since Cup got hurt.
I agree. I have been has McCaffrey like gotten any more interesting since like the Elijah Mitchell kind of like ambiguity, like he's sort of hurt or whatever? That moved the needle at all?
I think just like the decision I made with McCaffrey very early was just that with the rest of the running backs like dominating who I want to be picking in rounds 2, rounds 3, rounds 4. Like I just early AJ Brown.
Yeah, that's a very early AJ
Brown. Basically just the whole draft environment this year just makes me not click the round 1 running backs. Like my Eckler plus Bijan plus McCaffrey, I think might not be 8% total in best ball drafts.
You got to get that Bijan up, my brother.
No, I'm not too interested in doing that.
How come? I've been meaning to press you on Bijan. I like Bijan ahead of Eckler. Like I don't understand why.
That's fine. I don't track either of them.
But you have Eckler pretty freaking high, man, compared to where you have Bijan. Like you have Eckler in a spot where like.
Yeah, I mean he projects a lot better to me.
Yeah, I'm
fine. I'd be more inclined to move Eckler down. Than move Bijan.
I'm St. Brown's been going early, man.
I just find myself like if I click Bijan, I mean it's the same thing every single time I click Bijan or I click McCaffrey. I'm just like, I wish that I had drafted a wide receiver here through 4 rounds. Like it's not that I don't like those guys.
Even on FFPC, guys. I feel like he's a smash Bijan. Late first Bijan on FFPC, and you can just kind of scoop up the wide receivers as they come. Wow, 110 Pollard.
That's
I wish I was much more aggressive.
I'm thinking about I haven't like adjusted the Cowboy stuff with the Cook stuff, like, and I've been kind of doing it with ADP, but like I think Pollard's probably my RB2, if I'm being honest.
Really? I think 4 is where I have him, but I'm open to that. I was going to say, I wish I was more.
But now that Zeke is like there and Cook's not coming, like I don't really know why I don't have him 2.
111.
But yeah, I've had him at 4.
That should have been us, dude. That should have been us.
What a life.
And then he's gonna get the 3rd round reversal.
111.
And maybe even a peek at Brees in the 5th.
Yeah, we gotta watch out. Okay, Team 11 needs to fuck this up somehow. Do you know?
Dude, I've been raging in these rooms. Just things haven't been going my way.
Do you know who 111 is? Because like he now has. He's now like dead even with our team through 1 round, but he gets 8 rounds easier pick in the 2nd and the 3rd.
I think he's gonna screw this up, man.
He needs to screw this up somehow.
I think he will.
He needs to take like a 302 Jerry Jeudy. That's what we need to hope for.
But what I was going to say is
he needs to take Chubb here and then come back with Jeudy in the 3rd.
I feel like I wish I was targeting Pollard a lot heavier in the middle 2nd. Like I was drafting on underdog in this range, but I'm saying I was drafting on underdog. But I mean, like in these high stakes, I feel like I've even seen you take like a Waddle over Pollard. I could be wrong, but I feel like I have seen you and Cam do that, which to me, I think looking back is probably a tough spot.
Yeah, and that was
he's crushed through 2 rounds. God damn it!
Oh my god, yeah,
that was the correct pick. That was the correct pick.
Okay. So we probably would regret that one. That was one where we discussed Bijan in the 1st, and I would have been okay with that. I pushed back a little bit harder on that. I think I think
he's an Atlanta guy, or am I remembering wrong?
no,
Cam. No, he's an LA guy. I don't know why I thought
yeah,
Atlanta.
but he's a Bears fan for what it's worth.
Okay.
Not that I don't think that factors into a lot, but okay, that was one where I wish that we had discussed, I think, a little bit more ahead of time, because basically that was part of the reason why I wanted to chat a little bit before, because I think for his view, like that 2v2, he was like, I would rather have like Bijan Waddle through 2, whereas to me, I would rather have AJ Brown Pollard. So I think it got to a point where it was like, to me, the wide receiver in the first round was the preference, because I'm not as big into Bijan. I've been more interested in doing the running back in the second. I think for his idea, like the 2v2 had been better with Bijan. So once we committed to wide receiver round 1, it was better to wide receiver round 2. I mean, they're small at the margins. And then both of us were pretty happy going in round 3. It's just so happened that we didn't really get like the 2 running back followers into 3 and 4 that we had gotten. And then we really let a running back heavy room through the middle rounds. So I like that team, but it's a little bit sketchy. We ended up pretty thin at running back there. In hindsight, I would have taken Pollard round 2 over Waddle. I mean, he's still like my second most drafted player total on Underdog. Like I think I have like 19% Pollard.
I just wish I had him on high stakes. I haven't gotten a share yet, and I don't think.
Yeah, I think I've been price conscious about it. I think I've been price conscious about him because he's so heavily drafted for me on Underdog. He's like one of my 3 most owned dynasty players. So I've just been like, I don't really need to force him above ADP. But I follow him up too. I have no problem with it.
To be fair, though,
make a pick here soon, right?
Yeah.
This is a pretty gross area.
Very gross. In terms of ADP, I mean, I'm looking at Olave.
Like Olave.
Is there
anyone you'd make a case for over Olave, or is it clearly Olave? I think for me, it's pretty clearly Olave.
Yeah, and I'm not stoked about it. Yeah, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. It's just kind of boring. All right. Okay. Yeah, Chris Olave for me.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. But we'll take Olave. Fine.
Yeah.
Would you have considered Chubb if he got there?
Yeah. I would have considered capitulating. I would have capitulated to Big Chubb if we got there.
Now, JT, pretty easy pass for you when it comes down to him versus Olave?
No. Had Olave gone ahead of Mahomes, I would have made the case for JT there.
Yeah, he would have been next on my list too.
I mean, you can get a discount on him so often. And I have so much on Underdog that like, I don't even recall. Do I have him ranked ahead of Olave? I might have him ranked ahead of Olave. No, I don't. I have Olave just out of him.
This is pretty off topic, but did you see like McAfee was talking about Taylor today? Pretty crazy. And I think it's because he's like friends with Irsay, but he was like trying to tie in like JT to like the gambling stuff that they had going on. He's like, oh, if he was like a leader or whatever, but he's just been like in a hoodie on the side at practice and stuff. I thought it was pretty crazy, but
that's a little out of left field. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it, so I can't. Okay, that's not the greatest pick there, Team 11. So maybe we got a little bit of hope. But,
JT there would have been an absolute smash, dude.
Terrifying. Yeah.
If we got that 11 spot, and I promise I put that at the top of our preferences, dude. God damn, that could have been us, dude. That could have been Cup, Lamb, JT.
Well, we would have taken Garrett Wilson over fucking CeeDee Lamb. At least I would have.
You have Garrett Wilson over CeeDee now?
Yes, yeah, I do. I always have in high stakes. I have Lamb ahead in Underdog because if I play an ADP game, but I've had Wilson ahead of CeeDee since my first run of high stakes ranks.
So, of these guys at this 1-2 turn, the only guy you'd maybe take.
I have Wilson ahead of AJ Brown too.
Wow.
Actually, I have Diggs, Adams, Wilson.
Oh, so you have Adams over Wilson too. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm basically like the opposite of how the field ranks these guys.
Yeah.
So I play the ADP game on occasion. Like I've been playing the ADP game with AJ Brown. To the extent I now have 2 AJ Browns, and I don't even have them ranked that way. So I think I'm going to stop doing that now on AJ Brown that I already have to. But like that's kind of been my theory. It's like I'm going to play the ADP game from the first half of my high stakes drafts, and then once I get through the first half, I'm just gonna go on the ranks from there, kind of.
There goes Gibbs.
I'm just like, I think Garrett Wilson is I think like a lot of these guys are somewhat similar talent level, except Adams. To me, he's like a tier above from a talent perspective. But Wilson, out of the rest of these guys, he's like, he always goes around 3. It's a high stakes.
I love that you say that about Garrett Wilson. I've gotten so much pushback for like, I think I had a tweet where I was like, the only dudes better than Garrett Wilson is like 7 dudes. Like it's literally just 7 dudes that are better than Garrett Wilson right now.
That might even be too high.
Yeah.
And the thing I would say is like every other one of these players to me is like either they're for sure have like middling quarterback play, or they like may play in a low pass volume offense. I mean, some people think that the Jets are going to be super run heavy. I know. I think they might be like kind of middle of the pack, and I think Garrett Wilson has no target competition. He is like a true 3-level wide receiver. Like I don't see why to me he has a legitimate ceiling of being the wide receiver 1 overall in a way that CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown I don't think do. That was really painful to see what happened there. I guess I'm Stevenson or Jacobs, right? That would be
Stevenson or Jacobs here.
Or Lamar
I think
Jackson.
Debo's my vote, but I know you don't like Debo.
No. Anyone else?
Debo?
Fuck no.
If you Debo's the pick here.
No, he's not the pick.
He's at the top of this tier to me.
He's Keenan like Allen. Nowhere close. Like I'll take Jacobs over him. I'll take.
I'm just saying. I think we'll have a choice between Jacobs and Ramondre on the other side. That's
right. I want both of them though.
Okay, Ramondre has a later ADP, but I'm impartial to either.
Like I'd take Etienne over both these wide receivers. I take Brees over both these wide receivers.
All right, we're going.
I'm fine with Jacobs or Ramondre. If you give me not Deebo Samuel, then I'm happy.
Mistake.
What's the like? What percentage of chance do you think Deebo Samuel's outscoring Josh Jacobs or Ramondre Stevenson
in full PPR? Pretty high. To me, it's just a tier thing. I guess Keenan Allen's in that same tier too, but I just see it as a really like to me, I have Debo, Keenan Allen, and then just like this whole tier is just the same thing to me.
Yeah, I think I'm already in the next tier for me. Like I have I have Josh Jacobs ranked 23. I have Debo Samuel ranked 38. Like I have 15 spots between.
Can I interest you in Debo this time around?
Oh god.
It's Debo versus Keenan versus Lamar.
Yeah, like I'm just taking Lamar or Brees Hall.
Should we wait for? I mean, it is 6-point passing, TD, and you still want to go Lamar.
I mean, if it's my team solo, I'm taking Brees Hall. But I'm fine with Lamar. I'm like I mean Debo 4-3 isn't like catastrophic, but I just have no interest in ever collecting Debo Samuel in a draft.
I feel like this is a tough price to pay for Brees. So you want to go?
I'm fine with.
We could go Brees. What do you think about Brees?
I actually have Etienne ranked higher, so I'd actually be fine with him. I'm fine with.
Can Lamar. I do a rogue Lamar here?
I'm totally fine with Lamar.
It's not rogue. It's not rogue, but Lamar is who I have there. Who do you have ranked higher between Jacobs and Ramondre? I can't say I really have a lean there.
I have Jacobs.
I feel like there's more. I feel like he has some closing line value as well here. Where if he just reports back to camp, like Ramondre is already stalled out. Like his domino has fallen. I'm just trying to talk myself into taking Jacobs there. But I don't think it's a bad pick taking
Debo
Jacobs
just
there.
Projects like shit compared to these guys. He's gonna score like 4 less points per game.
But he's good. He's good. That's the best
don't
part.
Care. Debo.
What if he gets some carries? Like he has multiple paths to get there. I mean, you kind of shut me down last time because like honestly, his PFF expected points per game is not great. But Rotoviz, he's been a top 12 expected points per game guy the last 2 years. I imagine he's still a focal point of the offense. They should score. Spike weeks, tier break. Like you truly don't see a big difference between him, Watson, and London. Because London and Watson don't project great. Like at least people's in a good offense
for more points per game.
You have both.
I have London projected for 0.13 less points per game.
How does Keenan Allen?
I mean, I feel better about Drake London's talent. I feel similarly about the pass volume of the offenses, and I feel a lot better about his target competition. Like, I feel better about the efficiency of the San Francisco offense for sure.
Keenan Allen project.
I
I don't even like
Debo,
Keenan Allen. I know ETR.
yeah, I like Keenan Allen better, but to me, Keenan Allen is just like a projectable volume like take, and the running backs just project better. So
Yeah.
I'm more into Keenan than Debo. I think. I don't know if I think I have Keenan ranked higher than Debo. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Damn,
But
there goes Aaron
I don't take either of them really. Like I'm pretty undermarked. Like I'm just, I guess like to me it doesn't matter what the ADP value is on Debo because he's just a guy I'm gonna have 0% of in all formats.
Really? I feel like you've dug your heels in more on the Debo fade since last time we talked.
I don't think so. Like I'm not interested.
I convinced you to take him one time in a BBM. I think I could be wrong, but I think I did.
Yeah, I mean, well, you didn't convince me. I was like, okay, fine. Like I didn't agree with the pick. But I'm fine like capitulating to
No, of course.
to a Debo share.
That's the ETR bit, right? Like, what does that even mean? Capitulate?
Like, okay, look, it's a give and take in the draft, right? So like in a BBM draft, especially, it's like fine, whatever. Like I don't need to have literally 0% Debo across 400 best ball drafts, but I just will not have a high stakes share of Debo Samuel. Like it's just not happening. So
you like any? How are you playing the 49ers?
I don't really. I take Ayuk and best.
You think it's just gonna be really flat? Like, kind of, what's the thinking there? Because I imagine
I think
they'll
there's a ton of
score well.
fragility on the team. Like I think
you like Elijah Mitchell
on the team. I take Elijah Mitchell.
Maybe.
Yeah, I take Elijah Mitchell late. I think they're all really overpriced. Like versus projections. So if I'm looking at a team that I think is really overpriced versus projections, I think one issue with them is they also have a ton of fragility, right? If Brock Purdy does not play well or gets re-injured, then they project way worse. Like if Trey Lance is in there, the whole team's a disaster. So that's a concern for me. Like if we knew Trey Lance is going to start this year, everybody's ADP comes down 2 rounds. So it's depending on Purdy playing. And then you have 4 basically pass catching weapons, if you consider CMC in realistically a pass catching weapon. 4 guys going in the top 5 rounds. So that's depending on Brock Purdy playing really well. Yeah. I'm not convinced Brock Purdy plays really well because I don't think he's actually that good and he has a lot of injury concerns. And then even if he does play well, they still project really bad. So you're probably looking at contingent value. And I think if I'm going anyone, I'm going Ayuk for that. Like to me, he's the player with the lowest injury risk. He's the player who I think is the most versatile receiver, who I like believe in the talent of the most of anyone on the team. And he's the cheapest. So like, I think like if I was just ranking in a vacuum, I probably prefer Ayuk straight up to Deebo Samuel. I like have Deebo higher because of the market, but I just think he's like a totally egregious pick.
Really? But Deebo's pretty good at football. Like that's
he is really good. He is really good at football, but there's like tons of guys that are good at football who like I don't want to click at the 3-4 turn. Like Drake London is like I think better at football than Deebo Samuel, but we don't want to click him in the 3-4 turn. Ayuk's really good at football. Dude. Like I think like better at football than Deebo Samuel. We don't click him.
I don't know about that, dude. Deebo's really good, man. Deebo's so good.
I mean, he's like good at certain things. Like he's like a great zone beater. He's really good after the catch. But we only have 1 year of him showing like this like legitimate ceiling. You know, it didn't happen last year. It didn't happen in other previous years. Like 3-4 turn is just that's a price tag, man. Like I don't know. Like I understand.
I think having Jacobs or Ramondre over him is probably a good call, though. So I was surprised that Ramondre went at that turn as well.
Like if Jacobs, okay, I'll put it this way: his ranking among wide receivers is like too high for me, but it's not like out of this world. Like, yeah, I'm not like pounding the table about like Keenan Allen over him. Like I rank Keenan Allen over him, but it's not like a really strongly held belief. Like if someone's like, I want to take Deebo over Keenan Allen, I'm like, okay. I mean, but these running backs to me is not close. Like I have Jacobs and Ramondre projected over 17 points per game. I have Deebo at 13.6. Like I don't think that they're going to be like remotely comparable in scoring. Round 5, James Cook. That's a thing. Yeah, the chat, like
I'll
you guys are
cry.
gonna get bodied this year taking Devo Samuel. It's not.
I'll
I
cry.
hope you enjoyed last year.
Please, God.
I don't know why the community is in on Devo, but they're wrong.
Please, God.
I mean,
I'm on my heads and knees.
Biggest smash of all time.
I'm on my heads and knees. Please, dude. Wow.
Okay, we don't have to discuss this.
Brees Hall, get in our fucking team, bro. Holy shit.
That's the best pick of the year. Someone
I was gonna
James
cry,
Cook
dude.
over Rizal. I think Cole Bryant's the best person in your chat, by the way. He said Devo is a trap. Everybody else is all part of the Devo slappy crew. If anyone else in your chat wants to reach me on Twitter to make a Devo Samuel side bet to see whether he'll outscore Josh Jacobs or Ramondre Stevenson in points per game this year,
yeah, no, it's probably a bad
name
bet.
your price. I
do enjoy that we have Lamar there. We have Bateman and Flowers as outs there, I guess. Dude, Brees in the fifth.
Yeah, we have Bateman and Flowers. Yeah, that sounds great. Either one of those. Bateman always falls in these things.
Shower me.
Bateman. That was. See, look at this. We had a contentious last turn. Brees Hall is bringing us all back together. This is lovely. This is incredible.
No, this is very good. So there goes Walker. There goes Waller. I think all the tight ends are on the board. You have a pound the table pick?
I'm fine with either way. Well, I'm actually fine either way. I didn't realize Kittle was still on the board. Okay.
No, Kittle's gone, I think.
No, Kittle's still there.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, to me it's a tight end here. I mean, my preference is Pitts, but I'm not going to fight you if you want Kittle. If you want to play that.
I think we already have a Pitts team. I think Kittle is the play.
Do we already have a Pitts team?
I think it is.
I guess you have a Pitts team. I don't have one with you.
No, me and you. I promise. Me and you have a high stakes team with Pitts right now. We've done another one of these where we got Pitts.
You took Pitts in it?
100%.
Okay, fine. If you lied to me, I want my money back. Okay,
yeah, let's go Kittle. We'll play. He goes higher in ADP.
Fine. You can have your.
And we can directly. I don't know. We can directly go against our Debo there. But I'm trying to think. I'm telling you, I think we got Pitts. What's up?
Take a look.
I
said we can leverage our theoretical Debo.
Exactly. It is pretty funny that one, he fell a decent bit, but two, that
you're right. We did select the winner in that draft, so that's not a lie.
The winner of last year's OC did stop the Debo fall, so just something to keep in mind.
Oh, your chat's worried that we're falling behind at wide receiver.
Hopefully you can catch up at wide receiver. Oh, don't you worry. What a start. We're getting what a starts in the chat. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. Great turn. Perfect. Whoa, brother.
I'm seeing
over Kittle over Pitts.
Someone asked if Team 11 choked yet, and buddy, they did the opposite of that. they had
that's a beauty. Holy shit, that's a beauty. All right.
Yeah. So they did not choke. We needed them to have if they had the Joe Mixon, Chris Godwin turn, I'd feel a lot better right now. But they didn't. They have the Drake London, Travis Etienne turn. That's the sexy.
Dude, they are murdering.
But we have 5'10" Brees Hall, so feels better.
5'10" Brees Hall.
Also,
Jacobs.
I don't know. People are wondering if we can catch up wide receiver. Do people forget that we started our draft with Tyreek Hill and Chris Olave?
Hey, now, are you aware that this is 3 wide receiver, 1 flex league?
Yeah, but look, I mean, frankly, okay, so Mike asked, am I weird for thinking you'd have to pick a running back at 103? And I would my retort to that question would be this team, which is like, look, okay, if you're a Debo slappy, sure, you can take a running back at the 103 if you're part of Debo Nation. But for me at least, like wide receiver has not even been like a consideration in terms of just like best pick on the board in the last 4 picks. So to me, if we take CMC at 103, like I'm forcing a wide receiver pick that I don't want to make at one of these other selections. Like, because like then yeah, like we're probably taking Deebo Samuel ahead of Lamar Jackson if we're taking Christian McCaffrey the 103. And then we're probably taking Kyle Pitts though, so maybe that gets you back in because I don't think we would want to have McCaffrey, Debo, and George.
Oh,
Kittle
no
on the
shot,
same
no
team,
shot.
right?
But yeah, we do have some catching up to do at wide receiver, but I think we'll be all right. You'd be surprised.
Oh, this look at all these. Look at all this green on the board, baby.
This is a great round for us. Winnie.
Look at all that green on the board. Just
Dog is
puking
going crazy.
all over the board.
6th round Rashad White. I'm surprised we haven't seen James Cook. Oh, and we saw James Cook go in the 5th. Dude, James Cook is skyrocketing right now.
James Cook over Breece Hall. What a world.
Oof. It's crazy. Okay, I saw Gretsch caped up for him the other day for like a 6th round pick.
Since 6th round pick? Oh, okay.
Dude, they took him. That was a ship chasing draft.
Oh my god, I gotta listen to this. I was texting Gretsch. Oh, okay. He just chalked it. We got a way too early. He goes
back in the 7th. Holy shit! What are we doing?
Okay, this turn is exactly what we needed on the team 11 there. An unforced error.
Akers Prescott. Oh my goodness.
Akers is fine. The 6'11. I can't really knock that, but that's an unforced error on 7-2 Dak.
Wow. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this ship chasing episode. I was texting Gretsch a week ago about James Cook because I know Siegel's all into him, and I was like, "Can you like sell me on James Cook? Like, am I missing something?" And we talked about him for a little bit. I thought I left that conversation with him being mildly more convinced to my side of seeing the world, but clearly, I did not do enough. I did not do enough work. The 7th round Kyle Pitts. That's
a beauty.
Congratulations, Team 9.
That's
actually really.
He's good.
That's a pretty good team, yeah. Because like he took Alexander Madison at a place where I can't even make fun of it. I mean, Aaron Jones over Travis Etienne. Like I feel like you just don't really have much of a zest for life with that pick, but otherwise, hard to argue with this team.
Aaron Jones is a tough one because I think he's pretty clearly a fade, but he's also he's still very good at football is like kind of the issue with him.
Another player that's going to outscore Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, no, you probably will. But yeah, I don't know. Now you're making me rethink everything on Deebo, but I still do have him in a. I can't capitulate on him not being a tier above Watson, London, this whole tier. I guess I don't know. I see it, and it might even just be an ADP thing, but he just feels sexier in my lineup.
What's the Debo bull case? It's just like efficient player, draws volume.
He's been at 25% target for the last 2 years. He's been at a 25% target for the last 2 years. He's very good at beating zone, and he has like multiple paths. Like he can do it in the run game, right? Like he's almost like a handcuff if McCaffrey goes down. He's like the focal point of this whole offense. Like he has so much efficiency upside because I do think that he is talented. Like really big spike weeks. Like I don't know. I have a hard time saying that like right now at this present day that like London, Watson, like any of these dudes. I don't know. To me, Debo is like I don't know. Maybe we see one more year and he's like not as good, and I chill out on Debo being good. But this was a guy after 2021 that I put him as like wide receiver 3 in Dynasty. Like
I don't have an argument against him being good. I mean, there's like no good argument against him being good. He's really good. But I think there's like a lot of good wide receivers. I don't think he's like an elite wide receiver. I think he's one of several very good wide receivers. That would have been tempting, but also we need wide receivers. So
JSN is kind of
JSN, right?
Yeah, I think this has to be JSN. 7th round JSN.
That's pretty sexy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna end up with too much JSN in these high stakes, dude. Like every time it's like you look up in like the 6th, 7th round.
It's not even my first JSN in a high stakes. No, I have one with Cam. But I've seen him get sniped from me quite a few times.
Really?
Gavin's asking if we're worried about Kittle missing games. We're not worried about it because we already know what's happening, Gavin. You don't worry about the future. You already.
Wow, Henry wanted JSN too. Love it.
Are you upset that we didn't? Are you upset that we didn't handcuff Breece Hall with Dalvin Cook? This next pick is interesting because I could see an argument a few ways here.
I think I'm Team Addison, but I'm open to. However,
are you kidding me? That guy took Artua as his second quarterback behind Burrow.
Yeah, man. That's just kind of what these rooms. That's kind of how these rooms.
I'm on Team Addison.
You're on Team Addison? Okay, I think we go Addison.
Yeah, unless you consider stacking Flowers with Lamar, but
we're pushing the Ravens wide
okay.
receivers. Maybe one will get back to us.
Also,
but I don't know.
Forgive me. I was like, I totally forgot we took Lamar Jackson. I've been like locked into like as soon as we took Tyreek Hill, in my mind I was like, this is a Tua team. But then I totally forgot about the fact that we took Lamar Jackson, so we didn't actually need Tua. That's just a bad pick. I'm not told by it.
Yeah, that's a. You see crazy things, man, in these rooms. Like I can't like Tua in the 8th round, unstacked, already have Burrow.
Yeah,
like that is a great way to light 350 on fire.
Who's the guy in the chat that was worried about our wide receivers? Are you still worried? Still worried?
Who are we going to start week 1? Who are we going to start week 1, dude?
Oh, JSN and Jordan Addison.
We're gonna lose week 1, dude. These guys are gonna be behind freaking. I don't even know who they're gonna be behind Dwayne Eskridge and Jalen Naylor.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta look out for that. Dwayne Eskridge actually suspended week 1. So
who suspended week 1?
D Eskridge.
Really?
You gotta grind harder, bro.
You gotta what?
I think he was like gambling or maybe
drugs. Okay.
I don't know. It's one of the two. It was one of the many things that the Godfather discusses.
Yeah. Henry keeps floating this one out, and it's probably a rough narrative to go with, but I absolutely love it. Like some guy in my stream the other day was like, "Why are you taking JSN? Like he's a 3rd wide receiver on that team." It's just like, dude, the modern NFL, like of course you know this, but like 3 wide receiver sets, JSN might be the best dude on that team.
Oh, it was a domestic. Sounds like it was a domestic violence issue. Also, yeah, JSN. The case for JSN is simple. He plays in a good offense. He's really good. It's basically the case for Deebo Samuel, but you don't have to pay a 3rd round price for it. Many are saying.
Any fear at all that Geno could just pumpkin? As a Jets fan, it's like I obviously like I'm drafting Seahawks and I don't really care, but it's I don't know. Like they've built such a crazy supporting cast that they should just limp him forward. There goes Herbert, but I saw him in New York and he was so bad, dude. He was so bad in New York. I don't know, man. I
should have
90% chance he's fine.
I should have more concerns about Geno being a pumpkin than I do. Like I fully like admit intellectually, like I should be worried about a quarterback who has never been good and has his first good season at 32, having a massive step back. Like I should be worried about that. But watching him last year, I was like, this dude can ball. So I'm not.
I mean, the arm talent's always been there. Like he's always.
Put it this way. I have not been making any draft decisions that would indicate that I'm worried about Geno failing. But I probably should be more worried about it.
It's a possibility, but it's crazy because they've just built it to a point where it's like it can't. Like it just feels like it can't fail. Like they have so much continuity in terms of the play calling, offensive line. Like they hit on that like Lucas kid on top of drafting the one guy early last year.
Yeah, O-line takes from Mr. Stewart. Can't do that.
Some call me, hey man, some call me an NFL draft expert. You can go out there and check the accuracy rankings. I do all right in this.
DKB asked if I'm JSN or Devo straight up. What do you think? No, I'm definitely Devo.
I posted a screenshot last night of the 4-5 turn, and you could convince me to take JSN at the 4-12 over like Hopkins.
I take JSN in the 4th pretty often because it's the only chance of getting. Like I'll take JSN in the early 4th if I can try to set up a JSN Deontay Lockett team.
Jason Deontay
on underdog. On underdog.
Yeah.
Because you can't take those 3 all together unless you try to take one of them really early.
Coming around on Lockett, I see. Or not Lockett, or not really coming around, but like I meant Deontay Johnson, really. But I know you've been
on Deontay Johnson?
I know you've been on him.
What other side have I ever been on a Deontay Johnson?
I like Deontay, but like 5th round was a little steep. And then you were talking about the environment could be pretty sweet.
What's this? We were doing this whole thing with Deebo where you're like, I don't know. It's fine. He gets a 25% target share. Have you met Deontay Johnson?
Yeah, but the offense is worse. His quarterback has 2 gloves and can't throw it 20 yards. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I'm being facetious, if you will. I don't know. It feels a lot cozier to take him in the 6th round, Deontay. But I'm still.
I'd rather take him in the 6th, but I think I have him ranked in the 4th probably.
Yeah, it didn't fully.
Also, Team 11. We're Team 11. You went off the
Holy
fucking
hell.
rails, man. You
Oh
went off
my
the
god.
rails.
This is the funny. I think not to keep referencing ship chasing, but they kind of talked about it too, where they did a draft the other day, and it's like a lot of these guys draft 0 RB as it's like their first time. Like then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we'll take 4 straight wide receivers. And it's like, oh shit. Like I got to figure out the rest of my team, and then
Yeah,
like
I mean,
they screw it up.
I mean, if the person just took Jonathan Taylor instead of DK Metcalf, they could have not taken Brian Robinson.
Dude, I would
right?
burn cities to the ground to be in that 11 spot right now. I would do
There's so much potential.
I would do unhinged things to have gotten that draft spot today. We would have gone Cup,
Also,
Lamb, JT.
Must say, like I know you,
London
I know in your heart of hearts, you'll look at the team and you'll dream of Deebo Samuel.
No, I won't. I'm not that high on Deebo.
You have to admit that the Lamar Jackson pick looks so much better after seeing Herbert, Lawrence, Fields go immediately after.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we get a round 7 Dak and we get a round 8 backup Tua.
Oh yeah. I agree. It looks good. Because I've been locked out of QB, dude.
Rising, to answer your question, if Ron took Hill because he genuinely likes him better than CMC or Cup, or because he has too many shares of those guys, the answer is because he wanted a happy partner. That's probably the biggest
I like
answer.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's my 103 as well, like in my ranks right now.
Okay, good. See, chat, I didn't force him into this one.
Yeah, no, for some reason in my head I was like, man, I like when you said that I was like, I might have too much Tyreek right now, but I don't. Like Tyreek's my 3 in full PPR. I think he makes sense, especially in these rooms, dude. What I keep running into with these high stakes rooms, like FFPC is more early running back hungry. I think it's because of the 2 flex thing. People are like, oh, I can start more. But in here, like you'll see, like guys will take Judy in the 3rd, and then they'll turn around and take James Cook in the 5th. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, if you were going to take James Cook in the 5th, then take Jonathan Taylor here. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm speaking to the choir, but like, I think this has to be Bateman, right?
I think clearly, like even if it wasn't stacked, I think he's the clear pick.
All right, so let's go Bateman. That's perfect.
My question is, let's talk through this next one because this one I think is a pretty wide open pick. Basically, like, is there any wide receiver here? Because like my preference would be a receiver structurally, but I don't see any wide receiver I want to take personally, unless you can sell me on any of them. I'm like, I'd be okay with Nico, but I'm not super jacked about it. The rest of these guys seem really uninspiring.
Holy shit. No, I don't want any of these guys, dude.
Okay, so I think we probably just stack up some like later wideouts. I
like the Sharp.
To me, the running backs look way better.
But
yeah, I have Sharp in the queue.
I have a lot of Sharp. You have him close?
I think I have A-Chain. I think I have them pretty much side by side.
I have a lot of Sharp, and like I kind of like the week 17 angle, even though it like doesn't matter a ton.
Yeah, I have them literally back to back. I have Charbonnet 101 and A-Chain 102.
Then let's go A-Chain if you're okay with that.
He's like my favorite player in the world. I'm always okay with it.
All right, perfect. I like A-Chain as well. I love that he like just recently acquired the apostrophe after the D or the E. I know it's not on this site. They haven't updated it yet, but it's very, very similar to Kenneth Walker going to Ken Walker vibes.
Yeah, even if you take him ahead of someone that I haven't ranked above, my like lifelong love of Devon A-Chain is so high that I'm the easiest pushover ever to click him. Did we take Charbonnet on our last team, by the way? I feel like we might have.
We might have. I have a dumb amount of him. I'm trying to scale back. Him and Kendra Miller, I've taken a lot of. Kendra Miller's burned me, but not completely. He was at practice today, but it's not great.
Yeah, in practice, in Pats. It's all good now.
So I'm trying to see.
We got.
We
did not take Charbonnet, but we did take Kendra Miller. Oh, sick! We got the closing line value on Jeff Wilson in that draft. We'll have to see it.
Really?
Yeah, we have 13-12 Jeff Wilson. So
wow.
That's nice.
Dalton Schultz and Kincaid over Freiermuth.
We got bait. People are like sketched about Freiermuth. And to me, it's like a little bit funny. Like people are upset about 2 routes that Darnell Washington run.
That's the thing. I haven't. I didn't really care.
Yeah,
So they're on
Freiermuth,
Washington
like,
Truth there. That's pleasing to hear. I didn't know that.
ran like 5 of the 7 routes, which is like I don't know, it's like 5 of the 7 routes. Like what do we want out of Freiermuth? 80% route participation. Like if he had ran 6 out of 7, that would have been 86. 5 out of 7, 71. So it's like you're gonna be either way. Like, just feel like if we're in the spot where we're taking like proven players playing with offensive coordinators they've played their whole life with, and we're basically upset about one route, right? Like if it was 6 out of 7, nobody would have cared. So it's like we're upset about one route in a preseason game. It's like that seems like a little much to me.
Yeah, I can't say I'm that concerned. I've been drafting more Freiermuth since you last gave kind of a soliloquy on here. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly, but you gave.
I think it is. It was an unsuccessful soliloquy.
Oh yeah, because that was the draft we already had Pitts, and I was like, I'd love to. I'd love to accommodate you, my brother.
Oh, I think it was. I think that you. I'm gonna double check before I slam you.
It was Jameson Williams is the guy.
Yeah, that's exactly who that was. It's exactly who that fucking was. Jameson Williams. Jesus.
I'm a gambling man.
That feels like a great pick. I'm really glad we have a Jameson Williams shirt.
He's gonna be fine. I don't know, dude. Jameson Williams is, dude. It looks so tough.
He's like, it's fine. He's like our wide receiver 7 on that team. You know,
it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Like he's gonna sit out 6 weeks and be back, and then it's just like, dude, like it's just like you only get so many fuck ups, dude. And he is maxed out right now. He is maxed out. There's only so many. Oh yeah, it's all good, man. We took you 11th overall. Like we'll we can just write that away. But it's like, holy hell, dude. Hurt all the time, gambling in the side room. He was a dog at Alabama, though, huh? He was a dog at Alabama, though. Those highlights are something else, Jameson Williams.
Yeah, he was good back then. Not to capitulate the chat, but I am a little bit worried about our wide receivers.
Yeah, the wide receivers.
we're gonna need a couple. The problem is the only wide receivers that I like taking late are mostly just like the upside rookies.
Yeah,
like I acknowledge that we probably do need like a guy to start, like at some point here, because like we have to at least like plan for the possibility that JSN and Addison hit, but they don't hit immediately. Like that's like a possibility.
Dude, these all are bad. Holy hell.
No, I have one guy that I'm gonna be able to sell you on, but we're too far away for me to start making the case.
I was down to be in on Rondale until it just seems like Kyler's not going to be back anytime soon.
Yeah, ever. Yeah.
And then also it seems like are we buying Wilson playing in 2 wide receiver sets over Rondale? I guess probably.
Yes, I'm buying that. Yeah.
Damn,
definitely buying that.
I thought Rondale was going to be so much better than he is.
I did too.
I was like, but his freshman year is so good, man.
It was so good. Yeah, I'm not feeling great about Rondale at the moment. Times are hard in the Rondale fan club.
There he goes.
There goes Rondale.
The team 11. He's smashing this draft. Jacoby and Rondale are going to fit in perfectly.
Yeah, it's a PPR site, so it's got that going. Ezekiel Elliott, 1101. Interesting.
Collins gone? God damn it, of course.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
It is my fault a little bit. Yeah.
I know Gretch is kind of all over Dobbs these days. I know he went, but Dobbs was the guy I was like sort of frantically looking for us for a second there.
Yeah, I think sometimes Gretch and Seal have guys that they really like coming in as rookies. I think they stay with those guys maybe a little bit longer than I do. But I think it's had success at some points, but I think it's also led to Rondale more. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing it with Sky more, so I can't throw stones, but
yeah.
I just don't see a lot with Dobbs' profile to get me super excited. Like, I thought he was a underrated prospect in terms of, like, I thought he was a better bet than most day 3 rookies, and he fell into a place of opportunity. So I got really excited for him coming into last year. But like, to me, the base assumption for any day 3 wide receiver should be that they're bad and they have to overcome that. And he didn't do that to me in year 1. So I've still been playing that more through Jaden Reed late. I mean, I don't think he's like a terrible best ball pick. Managed, not very excited about Dobbs. I don't think he's part of the wide receiver window.
You got players
There
you
is a
like right
wide
now?
receiver
Because I have
here.
nothing.
Yeah, I have a
nothing.
wide
Okay.
receiver that I think fits our team. He's kind of gross, but I think he's a team fit. Playing in 2 wide receiver sets ahead of Christian Kirk.
We're taking 11th round Zay Jones.
I think Zay Jones fits this team, and I think that he has like pretty like after what we saw in the preseason, he has upside of running 90% of the routes for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm game, but I'm begrudgingly taking Zay Jones.
I think
he makes sense for this team. I don't love
Zay
it.
Jones to me is like the price that we have to pay to get our George Kittle, Lamar Jackson, Breece Hall, Josh Jacobs. I think we have to pay the piper with Zay Jones.
Yeah. All right.
This gives us the guy that we can easily start. Like,
yeah, we can start him week 1
in the season. We can start him week 1.
It's not.
We can start him for a couple weeks. I don't think he's devoid of upside, right? Like he was like a top 30 wide receiver last year.
He was,
and potentially just playing the same role, right? Like if it's now like I don't know how much I buy this whole Christian Kirk is only playing an 11 personnel thing, but I buy it a little bit. Like it's possible, right? I don't even know if it's probable, but it's possible. And if it's for sure happening, like if it's for sure happening, then like Zay Jones is like gonna like outscore this ADP by a lot. It's just not gonna be super exciting, but I don't know. You don't have to hit a home run with every single pick, and I feel like Jones like helped us hit home runs with earlier picks, right?
Well, I'm out here like Sammy Sosa, boy. I might have taken JMO there if you weren't here to stop me.
I'd
be tempted to take him falling there, but like he also like doesn't make sense for this build at all because we need early season.
Right, that's the thing. Like Jameson's like not a team fit.
If we had gone with if we went Brandon Cooks over JSN, like team 1 over here, then that's kind of the trade-off, I guess. I'm trying to think. I don't think he was the pick, but Odell in the 10th would have been interesting. I like A-Chain there, and I think that A-Chain was the pick. But all right, do we have? Is this where we take one of these rookie wide receivers, whether it be Rice, Mims?
I think we'll get one coming back, but I don't think we'll get one of this running back tier.
Rice goes here, but I am down to take somebody in this running back tier. Do you have a lean?
Okay, I mean, I wouldn't be like upset about Rice. I think I'd prefer to take like a Roshan or a Kendre or a Gainwell or one of the Miami guys. I think Roshan would be my like first choice, but I'm very open minded to other guys.
Let's do. Gainwell has the highest ADP, but god damn, is that high? I kind of like Roshan the most as well.
Yeah, I would just I like Roshan the most.
All right, let's do Roshan.
I mean, I think we're at the point in the draft where like the ADP shouldn't really be relied upon that heavily.
That's fair.
People are just going to make.
I'm an ADP slave. I'm not sure if you know that about me.
You do. You like the ADP.
I'm a slave to ADP, dude.
Look at that, man. Like we could have been taking you can't get upset about Zay Jones when in the next 5 picks we see KJ Osborne and DJ Chark, who are like the worst versions of Zay Jones.
Yeah, well, my mom always told me to focus on myself, not the others around me. So I'm just trying to have the best draft possible, within what I can.
That's my first. I don't even. That's like the first share of Zay Jones I've ever had to manage league. I'm pretty sure.
I never thought I would see this day. It makes a lot of sense.
Bad.
It makes sense in my head. It's like, yes, this was the move, but I'm staring at it and like, man, that could be a much sexier pick.
Oh, how far down the board was Jalen Warren?
Fuck, dude, Jalen Warren NFC gets us every time. God damn.
What's the ADP?
Dude, it's like 200 is his like ranking, but his ADP.
Why is his ranking so? Oh my god, that sickens me. I would have way rather had Jalen Warren than Roshan Johnson.
Oh, that's not great. Oh, we both.
I always forget about the Jalen Warren NFC glitch.
Yeah, on NFC he's buried. I don't know why, but he is.
Okay, next time we do an NFC team, one of us is in charge of remembering that Jalen Warren doesn't appear in the list.
And it sucks because I'm usually very diligent about looking at ADP, crossing things off of my ranking sheet, and it's slipped through the cracks. God damn.
I can't be blamed for this one. It's 1:48 a.m. my time. No, I'm kidding. I can be blamed for this one. This is now my like 4th NFC draft, and every other time I'm like, oh yeah, Jalen Warren. He's like, but yeah, exactly the 788 ranking. It's higher now, but it's still like
it's still like
not
200
on the board.
because it takes the
Yeah, like,
average
he wasn't
all the way
anywhere.
since
He
January.
like wasn't anywhere in my vision. Like when I was like looking at the list.
He's getting legit buzz right now, Warren.
Oh, I know. Like he would have been, I think, like clearly our pick there. Right?
Yeah, it stings, but it's also a 12th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, like it's obviously like it's not like
who knows.
I like can't envision a world in which Roshan Johnson's a better pick than Jalen Warren. It's like quite easy to envision that world, but
yeah, well, I can see into my mind's eye, and I think I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Roshan's that guy. Even though we like Herbert, but I think your days of getting Herbert at a price that you would like to pay for him are coming to an end.
I like Herbert. I like Herbert a lot in best ball. Not as enthused about managed Khalil Herbert.
I think that's a good take. Late 8th round, y'all can have him.
Because he's not going to catch passes. And he's not going to like dominate rushing share, because even if he has like a clear lead in the running back rushing share, Fields is still there.
Yeah.
So to me, Herbert's ceiling season is like a Miles Sanders last year, which, you know, what we talked about this like the very beginning of the show. Like love having Miles Sanders best ball, not really that useful and managed. So I'm like very bullish on Herbert from like a real life talent perspective. Loved where he was going in best ball, where you get to draft him like basically as like a 0 RB back, in a format that really suits him, where it's just a half PPR. And I think he's always gonna be a player with like bigger like single week like spike upside than he has like sort of seasonal projectable upside. But yeah, not like super into managed price tag. I don't think you're getting a ton of ceiling on that.
No, 100%. Especially if late 8th. It's tough. But man, dude, Team 11, Brian Robinson. I still can't get over what this man has done. I mean, respect, man. Stronger man than I.
Talk about like a pick that is better in best ball than managed. I'm totally fine with Brian Robinson on underdog. I'm not as ideologically opposed to him as some people, but no appeal to me in managed formats.
Yeah, I agree. Brian, geez. All right, so Higbee goes to Wasowski. Dude, I got nothing. I've lost track of my ranking sheet. I feel like I'm Velma without my glasses right now.
Yeah, I should have been checking the ranking sheet on the Jalen Warren situation. That was a big goof.
No, it's all good.
I don't actually have that big of a gap between them. Like
me neither.
Just
I have
like,
the
made the
same
world's
tier.
biggest mistake. I have Jalen Warren at 120, and I have Rashad Johnson at 128. So it's not.
I think this is probably where we look at the rookie wide receivers.
Yeah.
Rookie wide receivers.
Probably another 1-1 turn to me.
Yeah.
Like there's still 2 running backs from the tier I saw last time.
Damn, Rashi Rice goes right there. I think this probably has to be Mims.
Yeah, I'm always want to take Marvin Mims.
13th round Mims feels nice. And this guy the turn took Hyatt, so I think that he might be hip to drafting these rookies late as well. So let's go Mims.
Yeah, let's do Mims.
Do you like in a managed league? Does A-Chain being our running back factor in at all for taking Jeff Wilson?
Not really. I mean, I think I've been doing Miami and the Bears as spots where like I'm totally happy to take multiple bets in that backfield, almost regardless of format. Like,
yeah,
we're not that invested in Devin A-Chain. Like, if the Devin A-Chain pick fails, that's not like all that damning to our team. And I also think it's totally like fine if those 2 players hit at different times. Like Jeff Wilson could be the most valuable.
And there you go.
Well, are we just gonna keep filling up the Kenry Miller bags?
Dude, I have a lot of him, and I am fine getting another.
Like I don't see any wide receiver that's draftable at this pick. Like,
yeah, it'd really just be Reed, but I think he might come back.
I mean, there's like a lot of like if we just want one more like veteran body, like, we can get that in like literally the last round. So I don't see a reason to take like Michael Gallup or whatever. I'd be fine taking a shot on like Pulisic or Chig, but I don't know if we have to.
I say we
Is
go
Musgrave
Kendre.
still available?
Musgrave has to be. Yeah, he's definitely available.
Yeah, I think Kendre is probably the pick.
I agree.
Even though it's
14th
probably
is
not as
nice.
big of a discount as I feel like we should get, but I'm still fine with it.
Let's flip out my.
Gone.
Nah, he's there.
Is he?
He's pretty low.
Oh yeah, he's still
there.
He's still there. Okay.
He's all the way behind Ertz.
Next turn, I might be pounding the table.
We're that excited about Musgrave?
I'm really excited about Luke Musgrave. Yeah, that's camp hype I'm into.
Because look,
big athletic tight end.
I hate to pull any receipts.
100% snap rate.
I think you were one of the guys that was like, "Well, Tucker Kraft is kind of the same bet." I know this was Dynasty, but yeah,
but my take was take both. Like,
yeah,
I was like, you should be in on Kraft, but like Luke Musgrave was my second most drafted player in rookie drafts.
Yeah,
it was Tank 1, Musgrave 2, and I think Kraft 3. So I was like very in on both at ADP. Yeah, to me, like I think they were kind of comparable prospects, and both were really cheap. So I was like, I think we should absolutely take both. But it wasn't like, it was definitely not a Musgrave fade position. It was a pro Kraft, but like ideally both. I took both of them on the same team on a lot of different teams. But yeah, it seems like Musgrave is clearly the guy, at least for this year. I'm certainly not cutting my Tucker Kraft dynasty exposures, but for this year, it's seems like it's Mussy. And I mean, what a great role. Really high upside prospect, like not a ton of production, but we see successes with very limited production profiles from the tight end position all the time.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not like the end of the world that he doesn't have a great production profile.
Yeah, pretty much.
Super excited about him, but
I've made a tight end model in the offseason, and I'm still trying to tweak a little bit. But like, what I found is like production, like is really, it's so hit or miss with the tight ends, dude. Like if production mattered for tight ends like it did for wide receivers, and like OJ Howard and Noah Fant would have been monsters.
Right. Like to me, like this made me like, like this is why I didn't rank Musgrave with Laporta and Mayer in rookie drafts.
Yeah.
But the market certainly didn't. Like the market had a massive gap between them. So I was like, okay, like second round draft capital, athletic, like I'll take Musgrave with a 2-3 turn. Like, sure, absolutely. He was often going like in the late third. That was a pretty crazy price.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, give me that price. And then like, once he's already earned this role, like he's clearly gonna have a role. I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, let's see what happens. Like, why not? Whereas, at like wide receiver, when it's like a Michael Wilson who's having this like breakout, he's going to have a role, he's having a good camp. I'm like, yeah, I still don't really buy it. But with Musgrave, I'm like, no, like I buy it. Like, it doesn't seem like it's like prohibitive of him being good.
Yeah.
I don't think like the median event is he's a superstar, but I think that the ceiling is pretty legitimate.
What do you think about like what do we think about the Packers offense in general? Because I'm having a hard time like is Jordan Love going to be any good? Like he's interesting. I guess like what do we think this offense looks like without Aaron Rodgers? And is it like something we even want pieces of?
Well, the hope would be that it's faster, right? That's the upside scenario, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I'm a Jordan Love. I'm definitely like a Jordan Love bear, but if I'm like telling myself the upside story on any one of their like cheap pieces, sure, I can talk myself into the possibility that I'm wrong about that. I mean, outside of Christian Watson, nobody else costs you very much.
Yeah, that is. I mean, Aaron Jones is pretty steep. Not like we're drafting him, but
right. Yeah.
But even Christian Watson, like
I just more meant like the pass catchers.
I want to bet on Christian Watson, and I think that he's very good. But it's like, god damn, dude, can Jordan Love play football? Which I guess.
Yeah, my issue with Christian Watson. Yeah, like I'm not like Christian Watson, so I've been like kind of soft fading him, and it's not like an issue with him. I mean, it's kind of the same issue we were talking about with Debo, where I was like, look, you can sell me on him versus the other wide receivers. That's fine. But it's just so hard for me to take him over the running backs and quarterback. And sometimes Mark Andrews. Like with Watson, I see him in this like group of 3 players to me that keeps like coming together in my mind are Christian Watson, Drake London, and Travis Etienne as like 3 exciting young players that each like have a pretty big concern, like either it's Jordan Love or Desmond Ritter, or it's like this Tank Bigsby stuff.
Damn, Musgrave won.
That hurts my heart. And to me, Christian Watson is just like my least preferred of those 3, and they all go at the same range. So to me, like most of the time, I want Etienne and London over him, and then there's also fallers very often. So there's usually just not that many times in my drafts where it's like gets to the mid or late 4th, and Christian Watson's my best player available. When that is the case, I'm excited for that to be the case because I like the idea of getting Christian Watson. So I don't like begrudgingly take him, but
you have players you like here at all?
No,
they all suck. They're all bad. Damn, is that Richie James?
It's Richie
God
James.
Damn. All
Brutal.
right. Only thing I got is Reed, but like,
yeah, that's probably the guy.
All I got is Reed. You're looking for backup tight ends.
So bad. No, not this round though. I'm more just looking at like future guys. I think Jaden Reed is probably my pick.
Are we
I
interested
think we just do Jaden Reed and a running back, I guess.
Yeah, I think Jaden Reed's the pick as well. All right, so I'll take Jaden Reed. The names all throughout there as guys that are usually buried on NFC. Ty Chandler's hanging around. If that interests you. Jerome Ford is hanging around.
What's his health status? Do we have an update?
I can't say I know. Hamstring not specified is what I got from just looking at the site. If that helps at all.
You throwing up names.
That's really all I got. I got Deneric Prince, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, those are running backs. If you think Rashid Shaheed in the 6th round is ever a guy we could start, John Mechie. All right, so we're picking here, and I don't have a single player that I feel good about. Do you have anybody you like here? Oh, did Ty Chandler just get sniped from us? Wow, he did. Okay.
Yeah, so Ford is like still week to week with hamstring injury. That seems like a problem. Jesus. Rico Dowdle?
Wow, 16th round. I think we could get him later.
Okay.
I kind of I don't know.
I guess Shaheed's not the worst thing in the world.
Are you game for Shaheed?
Jones, so I don't like it, but I don't have like a better name.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an argument against it.
Let's do Shaheed, even though I mean these are the dustiest wide receivers I've taken in a managed league this far, but like I think it makes sense.
That's our last wide receiver though. We're done now. Our wide receiver.
Yeah, I think you're right. I
guess we only have 2 real picks left, right? So we want a running back and a backup tight end.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn. Ty Chandler would have been fun if this guy let him come back.
I've been hearing nothing but bad things about Ty Chandler. I guess, maybe we should have just taken Jerome Ford. Like, I was like worried about the hamstring, but I don't think I internalized that we were in the Rashid Shaheed portion of the draft.
Yeah, maybe that was the play. But I don't know. Rashid Shaheed. I don't know. I'm trying to talk myself into him. Year 2 breakout candidate.
For what it's worth, I do have Rashid Shaheed behind Richie James. Actually, I'm behind John Mechie too. I didn't even realize that. But
John Mechie was out there.
That's how I feel. That's how strongly I feel about John Mechie, I guess. Not that strongly.
I love this. Quote Nation likes this one. We could have had Tucker and then Reed on the way back. You didn't check the chat. Damn it. Henry always advocates to go for Justin Tucker. But Justin Tucker goes early 14th on here, so it would have been a little bit. I have one Tucker team though, where I've taken a fallen Tucker before.
I actually think we couldn't have gotten Tucker at the 2nd pick.
Yeah, I actually would have potentially Tucker and then get Reed on the way back. But I don't know if Reed would have made it there. Man.
I would not have
Hyatt drafter
Jaden Reed.
Hyatt drafter scares me. I think he would have.
Yeah, but if I had drafted, wouldn't have taken Reed because he took Dubs.
Now you might be onto something. Damn. Shaheed is not great. I don't know why I felt
I would have actually been totally down with taking kicker there, because like to me we were already past the point of no return.
Does make sense. Just looking at 80.
That's who we should have taken. Fuck, we should have taken Michael Wilson. Oh, that's so much better.
Is it actually though?
Yeah, I gotta update my ranks and get Michael Wilson up the ranks. Just realizing.
You like Michael Wilson?
No, he's a horrible prospect. He sucks at football.
But he's gonna run routes.
I mean, look, I think round 16 is an acceptable time to be like, I think this guy is the absolute worst, but what if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I guess your counter argument would be Rashid Shaheed is also going to run routes. And
my counter argument
is
I think Rashid Shaheed might be good, and what if he is good?
Right, that's the thing. Maybe you can just say like the guy with a 2.59 yards per route run in year one has a better chance of being good than a really shitty prospect.
Yeah, I don't know. We already we have a lot.
Yes, film guys love Michael Wilson. Yeah, we handcuffed Chris Olave. There you go. Film guys love Michael Wilson.
Dude, say that I don't know ball. Like I couldn't tell you where Michael Wilson went to school.
He went to University of Stanford.
He didn't even really
register. You know who else film guys loved at the Senior Bowl last year? Velus Jones. Were they correct?
Velus Jones, dude.
No, they weren't.
Velus Jones.
All the same, like Jim Nagy motherfuckers who are like all on Michael Wilson were all over Velus Jones last year.
Michael Wilson. What a spectacular way to use a day 2 pick in the NFL.
I mean, he's tearing up camp.
Is he?
What is it? Stanford University? People are upset that I said University of Stanford. Is it Stanford University?
I couldn't tell you.
Operations there. Whatever. He went to Stanford.
I couldn't tell you. I never know the U of whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So there goes Jerome Ford.
Henry Muto. Don't forget the Detroit KC free look. That's true.
Yeah, he's always on the table for that. We have Deneric Prince and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be on the way back. If you
the tide has turned against Deneric Prince. If you've been reading the beat reports, it's now considered.
So that means in turn, it's
turned
in the favor of Clyde.
The latest report is that Deneric Prince needs to impress in the last 2 preseason games in order to earn a spot on the roster.
So you mean to tell me that in the 17th round we might have a running back who has 2 paths to be a league-winning handcuff on the league's best offense that was drafted in the first round? Oh, there goes Prince.
Running back in the NFL. Truly the worst running back in the NFL. Fine, take Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't care. There's nobody else good. Oh man, I wish we could just take. I really wish that we could take back the Rashid Shaheed pick, have taken Rico Dowdle, and then could also take Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
No,
but yeah, I'm fine with Clyde.
We still have one more position pick. You can take Dowdle.
Yeah, but it's got to be a tight end, I think. I guess it doesn't have to be a tight end. We can just pick up a tight end on the waiver wires.
I'm game for Dowdle. I know you've been.
Actually, I think I'm more. I think I'd probably prefer taking a tight end.
Okay. Damn, likely would have been pretty smart.
I think Ferguson would be the guy I'd pound the table for here.
I'm just saying likely.
Unless we just look at it. Oh yeah, that would have made sense. Okay, well how about I mean, honestly, also what are people doing taking Desmond Ridder? No one correctly ridiculous. I'm fine with just like not taking a second tight end, honestly. Like we could just pick up one up off the waiver wire.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's like a bunch of the guys like Hayden Hurst, Ty Conklin, like all these guys are the same.
Guys will be available by the time we need one. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's just take Dowdle, and then we get a free look week 1, and like whichever of CEH or Dowdle or like these guys like just don't have a role, we just drop one of them and probably Rashid Shaheed, and we pick up a backup tight end.
Justin Ross was hanging around.
Because that'd be Justin Ross hanging around. We didn't get enough wide receivers.
You don't think we got enough wide receivers?
Oh, I think we do have enough wide receivers. Oh, Travion Williams has been a really good pick too. I take him in like most drafts.
I haven't gotten a Dowdle yet. do have a lot of Clyde. I've been weaning off my Clyde, though. You'd be surprised. I don't have him in a lot of managed. I have him on a best ball at this point, but
Yeah, I'm just fine with Clyde Dowdle because Travion's my last round pick in like every managed league, so I'm fine to mix in.
Seems like you're not
names.
spooked off the injury anymore.
From Travion?
Yeah.
I'm a
went
little bit
down,
spooked,
like-
but he was like week to week. I mean, I'm open to Chris Evans too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if
I
there's
don't
any
know.
love for Chris Evans. I was pretty open to Chris Evans being that guy last year, and then it just didn't work out. But he does have an interesting, like, pass catching, explosive guy.
Yeah, I was open to it too. To me, like Travion fits more like that Pigeon, it just seems like they have like a thing that they want in their running back. Like Mixon isn't good, but he's like large, and he's like kind of all-purpose, reliable option. And then, like P. Ryan isn't good, but he's like large, and he pass blocks and he pass catches. And it seems like that's what they want. Like they just want like someone to like cosplay David Montgomery, which kind of makes sense to me because, like, the running back isn't like a very important playmaker in the context of the Cincinnati offense. It's more just like a do no harm role. So to me, like that's more Travion than Chris Evans. But I mean, I'm not going to say it's like a strongly held prior to Travion Williams. Like if we come out week 1 and it's Chris Evans getting the supplementary snaps, then it's Chris Evans.
No, 100%.
I really liked Travion as a prospect once upon a time, so I kind of like I'm excited at the prospect that he's back in our lives.
Is he an Oklahoma guy?
Travion was Texas A&M.
I think I'm thinking of Rodney Anderson.
Ryan. Oh
no,
yeah,
no,
Rodney
no.
Anderson. There's a graveyard of Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, exactly.
Day 3 sleeper running backs. Yeah,
he was a guy I
Williams
knew that people liked. Travion Williams out of Texas A&M. Okay. What year was that? I'm trying to think of what that team even looked like.
It was 2017 or 2018. I specifically remember he was in the greatest college football game of all time, which was the double OT Texas A&M versus Tennessee game, and he was dueling back and forth with Alvin.
We're calling that the greatest college football game of all time.
It was a pretty fucking sick game.
I mean, Vince Young winning against USC is pretty cool too. That one did go pretty hard. But yeah, no, it makes sense. Travion Williams, what round did he get drafted? I don't know why. Like, I can usually tell you a player's name where he went to school, but Travion Williams has just slipped my mind here.
He went in the 6th.
6th round, A&M.
He was Benjamin before it was cool.
Yeah, so I can't say I was ever on this guy, but I mean, I'm open.
Like, he was
open to coming.
3-year player. In his final college season, he had 1,760 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns, plus 27 receptions.
In the SEC, huh?
Yeah, it's an SEC starter. He had over 2,000. He had 2,038 total yards, 271 rush attempts, 27 carries, and averaged like 6 yards a carry as a 20-year-old. He was a 21-year-old early declare. Texas A&M. Like, it was literally like the Benjamin profile. Like, he caught passes, he had absurd rushing volume. He was like an efficient college player. Comes out as a 21-year-old, and just the NFL was like, no, you're bad. Which means he probably is, but he was like a legitimately interesting college prospect.
You know who was on Texas A&M? Travion Williams' final year.
What position are you asking me for?
2 running backs.
We have 2 running backs on the Texas A&M 2018 team.
Mm-hmm.
Not Isaiah Spiller yet, right?
No.
Huh. I don't know. Who?
Deneric Prince.
Oh.
And then Joshua Corbin. That's a guy I remember as like a name from last year's cycle.
Corbin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deneric Prince. He played that singular year at Texas A&M. Travion Williams alphaed him, and then he transferred to Tulsa, is what it seems like here. How does a guy like Deneric Prince even get an NFL gig, dude? Like, in his final year at Tulsa, he had 126 carries, 729 yards, and 5 TDs. Like, that was his output.
Yeah, he's a Travion Williams.
But at Tulsa, this guy did nothing, Deneric Prince. Or Cedric Tillman. I can't say. Do you have any defense or kicker takes? Do we have defense or kicker takes here?
Yeah, Washington defense are they still available? Because they get Clayton Tune / Colt McCoy week 1.
Is Washington available? No. In terms of Washington defense, no. I kind of like
No, they just went
Jaguars
this
D.
round. Just went this round. Yeah, Jaguars get Anthony Richardson, so that's probably pretty good.
Let's do that. And in terms of kicker, I have nothing. I saw you took the 49ers kicker the other day. You have a Moody take or what?
Not really. I was just like, 49ers kicker seems like a good thing. Like the big thing I always look at is I want kickers from good offenses, and I want kickers from boomer coaches who love to kick field goals. So like I see a lot of people take the Eagles kicker, and that's a fish move because Nick Sirianni does not kick field goals.
Yeah, Henry has roasted me for taking Eagle, and I just did it because I didn't know what I was doing. But we could take the Lions kicker for a free look on Thursday night if you'd like to.
That's fine with me. Yeah.
All right. That's probably the play I would do. That Henry has put me on.
The only issue is that, that's fine. The only issue with that is that if the play fails, like if it really fails, then we have to just cut one of our non-kickers because like you have to put the Lions in your lineup in order to count it.
Yeah.
And then you can still sub them out, but you can't drop them. So we'd have to like drop like Dowdle or Shaheed or Clyde or whatever.
Okay.
If we wanted to change kickers. But I mean, we'd probably only do that if they're like a total disaster. Yeah, so that sounds good. Shall we recap the team here? And also, I noticed that your chat were very upset. Very upset about my Devo takes earlier, and then after I said that anyone was welcome to DM me on Twitter and offer a side bet on Devo Samuel, they became very quiet.
Nobody DM'd you?
No, I didn't get any DMs.
Nobody was trying to get some action?
No one's trying to get some action, so questionable. Henry gets it, man. Henry gets it.
Henry gets it, dude. He really let me have it for like a 20th round Jake Elliott, like 10 seconds left on the clock. I was like, dude, I don't know what kicker
Jake Elliott's the worst kicker pick.
No, it makes sense. I get why, but I was like, score points.
Who do you want? You want like the Seahawks kicker, right? You want Pete Carroll's kicker. You want Kyle Shanahan's kicker.
This is true. But recap the
way
team.
Ahead of you, buddy. He's telling us about what to do for the Detroit kicker situation. We're way ahead of you, Henry. I already walked through all the details.
But to recap this team, we went 103. We went Tyreek Hill, Olave. Third round reversal came back. We went Jacobs, Lamar Jackson, and 6-point passing TD. We finally got a 5th round Breece Hall, George Kittle, JSN, Jordan Addison, Rashad Bateman. Tons of upside wide receivers here. Devon Achane, Zay Jones. Yeah. And then we went Roshan Johnson, Mims, Kendre Miller, Jaden Reed, Rashid Shaheed, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Dowdle.
Sorry, that just killed me when you're like, Zay Jones.
Yeah, Zay Jones. Yeah, he's there. He's on the squad.
Look, I mean, it's pretty sick that we went after our first 6 picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rookies in the next 9 picks.
Oh, all the rookies, brother.
So
all the rookies.
Look, you can, Zay Jones is just surrounded by upside. He's just caked in upside. It's upside, upside, upside. Zay Jones, upside, upside, upside.
He's in a pool of upside until we get.
I really like this team. Like we're gonna have to. Like, I mean, Hill, Olave, Jacobs, Hall is with Lamar Jackson and George Kittle is absolutely stud starting lineup.
It's just a matter of
we just have to be right on 2 of these wide receivers, right? It's probably going to be JSN and Addison. I think those are really strong late season bats.
Yeah.
We got Zay Jones to get us through for 3 weeks. And, then we really just need like one of JSN, Addison, or Bateman to start fast.
Yeah, I like it. I like it as
well.
Maybe
the only thing that maybe we should have considered more, potentially a mistake, is maybe we should have considered the possibility that Breece Hall or Josh Jacobs does not start week 1 and have drafted like a running back that has an early season role because we only have like late season running back options in reserve.
Hey, we get a free look on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, brother. He might fall in the end zone.
There you go. That gets us through week one. I don't know who that running back would have been. Like, I think we clearly needed to go wide receiver 7, 8, 9.
I guess Jeff Wilson over we had a
right.
spot
Well,
over Mims.
Right, we wanted Jeff Wilson, and he got taken from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe we could have reversed those picks. We could have taken Jeff Wilson first and then hoped for Mims. But you never know if you get both.
Yeah, I think team one might have been live for Mims.
Yeah, so that would have been ideal.
Especially because they took Hyatt here,
but they took instead of Kendre. Maybe we should have taken even like a Chuba Hubbard instead of Kendre Miller or something. I don't know. I still like Kendre better.
Yeah, me too. I think
once you get past that, I don't know if there's anybody with like a early season role. Like maybe we should have just taken Jerome Ford instead of Rashid Shaheed. But he might not even play week one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think we did the best of what we could. I think Jacobs and Brees probably play week one. If not, happens to the best of us.
I think Brees. I mean, that's the thing, right? I think Brees Hall plays week one. I think he'd probably start slow, but like I don't know if Brees Hall starts slow to the extent that anyone we would have been able to draft after Rashad Bateman is someone we're starting over him.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think we had to go JSN Addison Bateman like after the 4 straight non-wide receiver picks. Like I think that was a must. So
yeah, I agree too. It's just we just need like they will come around eventually. It's just a matter of holding it down until then, and just trying to make it there. But I think our first 6 picks will be strong enough that we can figure out pretty much wide receiver 3 and flex until our upside picks come along.
Yeah, if Jacobs like holds out, this team's pretty dusted. But like if as long as Jacobs doesn't hold out, like he'll be 80% snap share week one, and then the Brees Hall pick is like a little bit sketchy early season, but 5'10" Brees Hall, I mean, unbelievable.
I'm so happy we got him.
All right,
but
next draft we do, I'll promise you, if we get to round 4, I'll give you Deebo Samuel in round 4 only, not in round 3.
Deebo in round 4 is a good pick. I don't care what anybody says.
We'll do it. The next time I draft with you, Deebo Samuel is available in round 4. I promise you, on God, that we will take him. That will be my one high stakes jersey. I'll submit to it. I'll submit to Big Deebo.
All right, sounds good. We might have to hit up because I was telling you, I think it would be fun. Me, you, and Liam Murphy doing a main event.
That'd be really fun. Yeah, I'm into that.
I saw you calling to his show when the Brees news and everything came down.
Yes,
legendary stream.
That was like one of the funnest things I've ever been a part of. I like had gotten home. I was at this awesome pub I was in Galway at the time, and I had just gotten home. I didn't even see the Dalvin Cook news. I had seen the Zeke news while I was at the bar, and I was like tweeting about that. And then my phone was almost dead, so I turned on airplane mode for like half an hour. I walk home. As soon as I open my phone up, I see the Dalvin Cook news. I'm like, oh my God. Immediately, like I got on Twitter, and then I see that Liam and Pat are streaming, and I'm like, awesome. Like this is exactly what I need in my life right now. Like I'm home, a little tipsy. I need to see what Liam and Pat are talking about with Zeke and Brees. And then they start talking about the Dolphins running backs. And I'm like typing up some like Jeff Wilson stats in the chat. And then Liam just sends me the stream. He's like, why don't you like come on? So I like pop on. Next thing I know, Evan Silva's on the stream like 2 minutes later. Evan Silva comes on. It was the fun. I've never felt so small in my life. It was like one of the funniest ones. It's like, Pat, nice to see you. You two guys, I don't really know you, but it seems like you do good work.
Yeah. So good, dude.
But both me and Liam got an Evan Silva follow out of it, so that was applause. And then we streamed for a while. Evan Silva was like having internet problems, and then because he's Evan Silva and he only ever does simple streams from his car randomly. I don't know, he drives more than anyone else in the fantasy industry, I think. And then like at one point in time we had me, Pat, Liam, Sam Sherman, Gretsch, Evan Silva, and Davis Maddock all on the stream together, which was pretty nuts. Then we drafted a big dog team, so it was crazy. That was one of the weirdest streams I've ever been a part of, and it lasted until 2:40 a.m. Ireland time.
No, that is crazy. I thought it was hilarious. Liam's the best for just sending out rogue links while being live on air.
Yeah, he's an absolute beauty.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So it's super late Ireland time. I will see if I can find a way to switch from StreamYard to my Ecamm Live. I might hang around and have some one-on-one time with the good people in here. But
Yeah, that
I do
sounds good.
appreciate.
It's 2:23 a.m. here, so I will not begrudge you that.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate you coming out, drafting a team with me. We will definitely be doing another one soon, so be on the lookout for that. But
yeah, I think we're doing minimum one more, if not a couple. So
yeah,
we can confer when I get back to North America.
all right, sounds good. Let me know when you're back in this hemisphere. But yeah, thinking Jakob Sanderson on Twitter. I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Have a good one, everybody. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you. All right, how's everybody doing in here? I'm very curious if I can look, if I can change this to Ecamm Live, we'll do another draft. If I can't, this will probably be it. Just I hate StreamYard. Like this thing, it's been annoying me the entire time. I don't like the way the screen looks. It looks bad. The screen is too small. So just bear with me for a second, people. I think that there's maybe a chance that I can find a way to switch the stream over, but I don't think there's going to be. Anybody out there, a YouTube whiz that might know how to do this? I have one singular idea. Let me stop sharing the screen. How's everybody doing in here? I know sometimes when I have guests on, it's tough to do the balancing act of of like interacting with you guys and keeping you guys involved. But how's everybody doing? I do, like I said, I want to see if I can. Can I use the stream hotkey? Can I use the stream hotkey and get this going? I'm not sure. This has like probably a 10% chance of working, me switching this to another platform. Let's see. Just bear with me for a second. I'm trying to see if I can do this. I don't know that it'll work. Oh shit, this might work. Tell me that this just worked. Okay. I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do, but it might. Roga Stewart with the stream. Is this working, please? You guys can't see that. Nope. It is not working. Okay. But we're very close right now. I don't want to end broadcast. Hold on, fellas. Just bear with me for a second here. All right, hold on. We're so close. We're so close to being ready to go here. We're so close. I have it. So I don't want to end the live. I'm just trying to see if there's a way where I can transfer it to the other site. I hate StreamYard. Let's think. We have I'm going to click end broadcast. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble here, fellas. I'm going to click end broadcast. I'm going to click end broadcast on StreamYard. And there's a 50-50 chance that this thing still has me streaming from Ecamm Live. And if it doesn't, the stream is done. And if not, my bad, fellas. This is bad radio. But I'm just trying to figure this out for a second. All right, yeah, I think I think we really only have this one. I think we really only have this option here. More than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream to the primary. Hold on. Primary ingestion, one stream to the backup URL. How do I send this to the backup? Please. Please, God, let me send this thing to the backup. I'm having a tough time here figuring out local recording. Please note recording settings. Nope. I'm very close. I'm very close to figuring this out, but I'm also very far from it. Trying to see. Now pulling up the having issues. No. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work, fellas. All right, so the last thing that I can do here is end broadcast. I'm going to end broadcast, and we'll see what happens.